Yo, what's going on everyone? Tiki here. Hopefully I can earn your sub today. Here's hoping that your day is great and your week is better. If it's been off lately, hopefully it gets better. Now, let's talk anime. In the latest episode of Hoshi no Samidare, or Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer, the knights are finally able to meet Anima for the first time, but the squires are not so excited. They each had let out a long sigh when the news of Anima's return reached them. Why they are feeling a little underwhelmed is something to speculate on. After the news broke of her return, Anima teleports the knights and squires to a realm where she calls for Dance, Nagamo's squire, to come toward her and receive the mythical beast knight's powers. Basically a huge upgrade for both Dance and Nagamo, even though Dance's attitude towards the power-up was more of a letdown when he was turned into a pretty unicorn. This gives Nagamo a new power he calls Drill Kick, and it's a powerful attack. Nagamo is the only mythic beast knight currently awoken, and the other two should be awoken by Anima in the next episode after her mana obviously recovers. We did get two more knights that learned some imaginative ways to train their powers. Both Kusakabe the Mouse Knight and Hanako the Mantis Knight did a great job. The way the Mouse Knight's powers work at this current state in episode 12 is similar to how the Flash works. He can excite molecules within the holding field, vibrating those molecules to create enough friction which ignites the alcohol inside. The Mantis Knight's powers work the exact opposite of the Mouse Knight's powers, meaning that's right, she can slow molecules down to the point that she can freeze the liquid. Makes sense when you think about it, they are very close to each other, and with the Mouse Knight creating fire, you can see why the Mantis Knight would have the power of ice, sort of like an opposites attract type thing. I am a little disappointed in what I call the Akatombion fight, or the 8-hour Golem fight. The Whirlwind VFX was a terrible animation to choose from at this point in the series. I don't recall the studio ever using that CGI animation that a lot of studios are desperately trying to make work. I do admit that that form of CGI has begun to show some promise, and maybe one day they'll be able to perfect how it looks to provide a much smoother feel to the animation, but the illustrators and artists are too good with how well they can perfect these actions of the characters. Whether it be fighting or fast-paced engagements, the animation right now just can't be beat by that CGI. Hopefully the golems won't be entirely done with this. It makes the animation look cheap, not to mention the loop of the golems. You can clearly hear the audio loop and see the visual loop stop at endpoints. This had me wonder if the studio had been pushing their team extra hard and made them rush, which caused some things to be overlooked to the point that it almost seems like amateurs had done the edits and the illustrations. There's a point where this is clearly demonstrated at the time marker of 21:25. I'll put it up on a freeze frame for you to see and let me know what you think. Not only can you see how bad the animation was here, but they also only have 4 fingers. They didn't even draw the pinky finger that would still be able to be seen even at this angle. This may be a good time to give them a week off so they can be on their best game for the upcoming episodes. Enough rambling. With Dance now being a unicorn, the other two would be the dragon and the Norse mythical creature Herenvar, I don't know how to pronounce it, and the two squires that would be able to be these creatures would be the squire of Akane the Owl Knight and Nu the squire of Amamiya the Lizard Knight. Unless they want to take a page from Digimon and cause the power-ups to be out of randomness. But with Anima now being in physical form, the toll she takes on Samidare seems to have doubled. Samidare was immediately fatigued after Anima had used the powers of teleportation and granting the power upgrade to Dance, taking Samidare out of commission for the fight between Akatombion and the Knights. Good thing the Knights have been practicing against the golems that Shimaki can create though, and I wasn't aware that this was draining Shimaki something fierce when he tries to create new golems from scratch. If we are optimistic, this could mean that Shimaki could get stronger by doing this several times and might give him some new ideas of what golems he can create. Besides the negatives that I mentioned earlier, this episode was fun. It still keeps the comedic aspect while continuing to show the growth that is still being formed between the knights, not just as servants to Anima, but as strangers who are growing into great friends. The situation with Yayoi holding on to that information is a nice little mystery to have as well. When will Yayoi inform the team to help stop both Amamiya and Samidare? Will she confess her feelings to Amamiya? If he doesn't accept, I will. But we'll have to wait and see on the next episode of Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer. And if you made it to the end of this video, I can't thank you enough. But again, I want to apologize for this series being so late. YouTube, again, has been striking my videos a lot more for some reason. So you being here means a lot to me. And thank you again so much. But most importantly, be safe, hydrated, and know you're loved. And we'll talk anime in the next one. Later.